Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I'm right now in Florida. If you want to find anything about me, I'm on Facebook. Anyhow, this here has to do with homelessness and the reason why so many people are homeless. And one way to deal with some of it that would might help things out. But first of all, the reason why there's homelessness in America is due to the fact that a lot of the homeless people are people who have mental problems, they're alcoholics, they're drug addicts, they're too prideful to seek help. Some just want to be homeless, they don't want any work, they don't want to do anything, and for some reason their mental state or lifestyle is that they just want to wander the streets. I don't know why, but there are people like that. And then some have criminal records. First thing to know about homeless people, they can get food stamps. Okay, at least here in America, you can get food stamps. Okay, if you need them. A homeless person can get food stamps just like anybody else can get food stamps, or families or individuals and so forth. So for these people, for homeless people say we're hungry and we're starving, go get some food stamps. Second of all, you can get welfare too. If you're desolate, you're on the street, go to the welfare office, sign up, and make a fight for it. Now there may be some legality reasons that maybe they won't give it to you, but that's very, very seldom. But a lot of the homeless people do not want, will not go seek help for the reasons I just listed. Okay, when I lived in Vegas, I tried to help a number of homeless people because I worked the streets a lot. When I worked for some of the casinos, I would sell tickets and stuff for impersonators, like Elvis, Charlie Chaplin impersonators. And I encountered a lot of homeless people. And no matter what I did to try to get some back on their feet, they wouldn't do what they needed to do. They just wanted people to give them money. There was a guy in Vegas, I can remember, I wasn't there at the time, but I remember reading the story about it, where he was making about $50,000 a year, sitting in a chair of some kind, I don't know if it's a lawn chair or not, downtown Las Vegas, usually Monday through Friday, almost like during the working hours, with a big sign out that he was a Vietnam vet, he was homeless. Well, one day the media or local television crew followed him home, without him knowing it, of course. Found out he lived in his own home that was worth over $100,000. Had a nice big car that he drove, and I think he'd been doing this for like 3 years, and at least in that area. Of course, they arrested him, but he wasn't homeless at all. He just didn't want to work, and so it was just either sit down there and take charity off people. I don't know. Maybe those who do these signs give me, I'll work for food or $20 or whatever. I need $20, whatever. Maybe there's something, they get something out of it, or they get a kick out of it. I don't know. But they can go get help. And so to help the homeless, if you encounter, have the address to the nearest welfare office, food stamp, whatever, tell them where it's at. But again, a number of them are wanted by the police. I can verify that because in Las Vegas, I remember a number of homeless people being arrested, outside of casinos and so forth, and a lot of them had numerous warrants out for their arrest. That's why they didn't want to go in to get help. Again, some have mental problems, like I said, alcohol problems, drug problems, and whatever. It's still a sad thing to see. And, you always want to help people no matter what. Because just like a lot of people, I've been almost on the streets myself before. Not literally, but almost there. And I have a feel of what it could be like. It's not fun. That's why I fought to get myself into a situation where I wouldn't end up on the streets. But one idea I have, or one concept pitch I can make that might help the problem some, is that maybe the cities need to set up a food mobile, I'll call it, or something, like where the city sends workers out, maybe in a mobile of some kind, like a blood mobile, and goes looking for homeless people, knows where they're at, to make sure that they can get some food stamps to where they can buy some food. Okay, sign them up. Many of them might not want to be signed up because, again, they may have, those with a criminal record may not want to give their names. So the question is it wiser just to give them the food stamps rather than making them sign up their own name? But on the other hand, are you letting a very dangerous person that needs to be locked up run loose? That's where the question is. But again, I don't think most of the homeless people are wanted by the police. I think many just have alcohol problems, drug problems, so forth. But also the city could not only help them get food stamps and maybe get welfare, but can maybe help them get the help that they need if they have alcohol problems. Or you can't just throw people away like that no matter who they are. no matter how far down the ladder they are, you know, because it can happen to any of us. And so that might be one way to deal with it. It just takes a little initiative. But remember this, these people who are sitting out here panhandling stuff, if they're hungry, they can go get some food stamps. If they're homeless, they can go get some welfare. If some of them, I've seen some homeless people who have very bad disabilities, well, they can get disability pay. You know, I can go get it, you can go get it, why can't they go get it? So a lot of this homelessness is that these liberals, extremists use to say that all these homeless people are out here that need help. Well, they can get help if they want the help. That's the problem. And the liberals use, not all liberals, but some liberals use the homeless and stuff to use for political gain. Try to make it out as though these independents or Republicans or libertarians are heartless people, and that they are the only ones who care. Well, no, they're not heartless. You can get food stamps if you're hungry. You can get welfare if you need it. Okay, again, there may be some where you can't, but that may have something to do with, I don't know, your status at the time. But you can get it. Food stamps are very simple to get. So that's how homeless people can be helped, and we need to deal with this and stop using it, and stop claiming that all these homeless people are the result of I guess, the conservatives or the Republicans or libertarians and their policies. No, a lot of it, again, as far as the food stamps and the welfare is concerned, you can get help no matter what. But those out there on the street, and I can testify to myself, don't have to be. Some choose to be. There are people actually who love living on the streets. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mental illness or not, but they seem to love this stuff. I don't understand. In Vegas, you encounter that everywhere. Even in Hawaii, when I was in Waikiki back in 2010, I encountered homeless people right there in Waikiki. But I also encountered those in there who were talking to themselves, who were screaming at people walking by them. I had one in Vegas one time try to attack me with a broken beer bottle. You see, the guy was absolutely mentally ill. He was screaming and yelling at cars going by him. He needed some psychological help. We had one guy there that used to walk in front of our casino, who would sleep right out in front of our casino, just in the dirt, just off the property ground, right alongside the road. He would just lay down there and go to sleep, right in the dirt. That's incredible. Well, he needed to get some help. He was obviously a mentally ill person, because the security had to keep running him out of there sometimes. But all he was, when he did go in there, he was out there panhandling, getting money, so he'd go buy him some food. Well, he could have got some welfare, some food stamps, and got a place to stay. And got off the streets. He could have slept in a bed with just a little bit of help. But that's where the cities all across America need to go out and find these people and see if they can help them, so that they don't have to sleep in the dirt. That's fine. And give them food stamps so they can get food, so they don't have to sleep there. So, you know, but again, this guy was mentally ill. He needed some help, and nobody was helping him. You know, you couldn't, he would just panhandle a little bit and that's it. But he didn't want to live in a motel. He didn't want an apartment. He didn't want no food stamps. He just liked the lifestyle that he had. I don't think by law you can force him to come in. I don't know. But remember this, homeless people can be helped. But some have criminal records, some are alcoholics, drug addicts, and some are just wanted by the police. But I think the majority of them, the city could go find them, get them the help they needed, maybe talk to them through counseling, and make sure they don't go hungry, and make sure that maybe they can get a new start. And maybe some of them will get back on their feet and go to work, or, you know, with the help of the city, to where they can find work. That's another problem there. But homelessness isn't as bad as it has to be in America. It never was. But when they tell you that there's homeless people they need because of some policy, they're liars. You can get food stamps. Okay? All the homeless people can get food stamps if they would just go do it. I've listed a number of reasons why they won't. Anyway, I just wanted to state this. I wanted to pitch the idea that maybe if the cities would go looking for them, and again through a organized effort to give them food stamps, you know, those identified, and the possibility that some of those that don't want to give their name shouldn't have to. Just give them the food stamps. I know because they're probably wanted by the police, but I don't think it would be a majority of them. I think it'd be a small minority of them are wanted by the police. So you're helping people out who are homeless, who have not broken any real laws, any serious laws, or anything like that. Again, thank you for your time, and bye.